Hello, people of the universe. It is dark because my phone is an idiot. I just tried... Perfect, I can do it here. I just tried to turn on a light on my phone facing this way, which basically they just make the screen white and I'm in a little box, but they use it for like pictures, I guess, because as soon as I turn on video, it just stops. So as soon as this video's done, I'm going to be blinded. Uh, anyways, I wanted to talk about more work experiences. I started with Vector. I figured I'm going to go in order from there. Next one that I worked at was Pizza Factory. I worked there for 2 years and 1 month. It was the first real job that I ever actually put down on applications. First kind of real job that I've had as well. I really liked all the managers, the food, the people, because the people, the community were... I got it. The pizza factory that I worked at was in my hometown, and that hometown, everybody kind of knows everybody. So the people were always nice. You can see people that you're like, oh, hey, I know you. Everybody knows everybody. So, I mean, I didn't really have many problems with it. I loved a couple of my managers, but I did have a problem with one of them, and the main guy. See, the pizza factory I worked at had just changed over managers to a new gentleman. We will call him Bert. We'll call him Bert. Bert was a good manager for most part, except I don't think he knew how to run a store. It could have been cleaner. He could have had more managing skills, I guess. But he also was prone to angry outbursts. His son worked there, and his son was putting dirty dishes in a spot because all the spots that we had for our dirty dishes were filled, and we were bombed. I wasn't there this day, but he put it there. Bert got so angry, he wrote clean on the wall above that table and threw everything to the other side. I was like, I'm glad I wasn't there. Hello, car. I can't see if they wave back, it's too dark. But so he would have always passive-aggressive kind of things like that. But usually he was kind of nice, and he would say, he would work with us and, kind of be uplifting. I worked mainly night shifts, evening shifts, because I went to college during that time, and college was, at this point, an hour away in town. So, but I was still living near this pizza factory up here in my hometown. So you'll basically get a point of my life story after high school, by me just talking about work experiences. So anyway, there was a manager. His name, we'll call him Nate. I'm very good with the names today. So Nate, he drank a lot, and we served beer there, and he would drink a lot, and he'd show up to work drunk a few times, and Bert would only give him a slap on the wrist because Nate was living on Bert's property and paying him rent, so he knew he needed this job. I don't know how that worked out, but I had a few running gags there because I like to tell people jokes that happen because I will forget them. So if we're like slow enough, I'll be in the front and a joke would happen. I'll run to the back and be like, hey, blah, 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 blah. And eventually it just kind of turned into, this is Dakota Goodwin reporting live from Prather Pizza Factory. We used to do that a lot. I knew a lot of people from high school in there too, because I went to a lot of the people that went to the high school in my area, that was one of their first jobs, was either that, Velasco's, Subway, Mini Mart, or whatever. Basically anything in that area. But I worked there for 2+ years, and when I first worked there, he told me I was, if you work hard enough, you get a raise. Bert did. He was wrong, but he thinks he's right, is the problem. So, I worked there for about 6 months, and I was like, I do pretty good work. Everybody, all the customers love me. I'm really good with customer service. A lot of people that's my finger scaring the shit out of me every moment. A lot of people, were like, yeah, he does good work. All of his pizzas, sandwiches are great. I worked, because the pizzas were supposed to, like, the old manager, Benny, we'll call him. I don't know if I can use his name or not since he's an old manager. He doesn't own it anymore, but we'll call him Benny. He had it separated because he was kind of sexist in the way it works. Guys did pizza, girls did sandwiches and serving. And Bert kind of wanted to shift that up a little bit, and he had a couple girls that were working on pizzas, and I worked sandwiches and soups and stuff and serving, and I was really good with customers, so I think he saw that, was like, oh, we're gonna keep him doing that. So anyways, about 6 months go past, and I'm doing good, and I was like, so you're talking about raises and stuff. He goes, oh, you're getting one at the beginning of next year. In California at that time, minimum wage was going up, which is what I was working. It was going up 50 cents until it went to, I think it was $9 or $10, and then it started going, and then every year, and then it would go up $1 after that every year. And I was like, that's just minimum wage going up. He's like, but it's a raise. I don't think that's how that works. I really don't. One thing that I guess so I didn't really like him too much in that regard, because I would ask him every once in a while and be like, oh, you're getting one next year, blah, blah. And I only worked part-time. Tips were split among us, and some days, like, we'd be doing really good. Like, it'd be a slow day, but we'd have really good tips, and we'd split it among, 5 people. And then there was one day, it's super busy, winter night, and our manager comes to the back and is like, guys, we got 25 cents for our tips to split. And I was like, oh, good. There was one day that we had that, and we were super slow, so I kind of understood. And we had all of our work done, and they literally did a rock, paper, scissors tournament for this fucking thing. Brackets were made. It was a big grand thing for 25 cents. I didn't win. I'm just going to throw that out there. I did not win. My luck is not always the greatest. So yeah, I had a manager that worked there that I will talk about later. I don't know what to call him right now, so I'm not going to call him anything. But yeah, I worked with people that I knew, and I guess in terms of a first job, it's a good first job, and the fact that I was with it for 2 years really says something, because I was going to college. I was trying to move into town. By the time I did move into town, I was looking for other employment, but I was still working Pizza Factory, and I had to drive an hour up the hill just to work, which is fine because I get it. I have to transition jobs. I worked. Finally, I found a job at Wendy's, which I'll talk about next time. But I put in my 2 weeks there. And since I've known it, that place has gone downhill more and more since Bert had it. I guess recently I found out, literally a few days ago, that it's under new management, because he kind of ran it into the ground. I don't know if it can be recovered, but I used to love Pizza Factory. I love other pizza factories, I just don't like that one, because when I worked at Round Table, another story for another time, when I worked Round Table, I saw people that I knew from up in my hometown, and was like, oh, how's the Pizza Factory still doing? It's shit. That's why we eat Round Table. And I'm like, oh, well, good. I'm here. You can have some Round Table pizza. I mean, that's not exactly how it went down, but they did tell me it was shit. Literal, they're like, yeah, we don't like it. But I've been to other pizza factories, out of my hometown. There's one nearby now that I'm going to have to go get before I move. It's really good. It's still good, so it was just that one that was going bad. But I guess it's under new management, so maybe they can bring it back. Maybe not. I don't know. But it was, as a first job, it's good. Would I make a career out of it? No. Do I want to manage that store? No. Yeah, so I don't really have much to say because my memory has faded over time. There was lots of running jokes in there, like the reporting live one, which I still kind of use today every once in a while. I do have a story about that manager that I did like, shift manager that I did like, later in another episode when we'll talk about Five Guys, and that's a roller coaster. But before then, I will be talking about Wendy's. That's fun too. Yeah, so I don't really have much to say about it. My memories have faded over time, as I said, and I'm just going to end up repeating myself. And it's dinner time. I gotta go eat. So, yeah, I will see you all next time. I'm going to be doing two things at once. I'm going to be trying to put out more talking videos like this because I absolutely love being able to do stuff like that. I feel like I'm going to drop my phone if I hold it like this, and it will go over the porch. We don't want to go down there. That would be not fun. Okay, so, yeah, that's my Pizza Factory experience. If my younger brother, he works Pizza Factory now, and my other younger brother wants to work Pizza Factory because that's what we did as our first job, and he thinks it'd be a good first job. And as a first job, I never worked at his Pizza Factory. He's working at a totally different one. As a first job, as I said, it'd be good. But you got to move on eventually. So I hope they do. But yeah, so yeah, next time will be Wendy's, and other than that, this hair looks gorgeous in this light. It looks so soft, but it's kind of is, but it's just sticking out of places. But that's besides the point. So go ahead and leave a like, comment, subscribe. I don't know what you comment about. Maybe maybe a work experience that you had. Maybe you want to tell me a story, or maybe you want me to say a specific story. I don't know, because I got plenty of stories. Yeah, so go ahead and if you need other antics to follow, like more bullshit for me to go through, I do stuff on Twitch too. I've been playing Darkest Dungeon, so go ahead and follow me there. And I will see you all next time. Ow! Something just stabbed me. Oh, well, that's nice. I don't know what that is. Just a piece of the house. Alright, bye.